Hey, welcome Star Wars fans and Disney Plus fans and fans of Smol's Family Reaction. Is there such a thing? A fan? Just Smol's fan? Nah, you're just here to see a bunch of nerds react to a Star Wars cartoon, and I'm one of those nerds, and yes, we are here to do a reaction to Episode 2 of The Bad Batch. Super excited for this. The kids are going to join me here in a minute. They're playing outside and doing what kids do, so I'm going to go ahead and start this with the introduction, and I'm glad you've joined us, and I am super stoked for this series. At first, when it was first announced, I was like, really, do we need more Bad Batch? I like them, but did we really need Bad Batch? What I love and what I think is happening is, yes, we're getting Bad Batch, but we're going to get early Empire, the establishment of what we come to know as the Empire in the original trilogy. We're seeing the early parts of this, maybe even the early beginnings of the rebellion, but we're seeing it through the eyes of the Bad Batch. So they're using the Bad Batch as our lens so that we get to see this what I would call almost like a precious time of Star Wars storytelling. The dark times, the times of the Empire. Man, we got Tarkin, and he is like the bar at which all Imperial officers should be measured up to, is Tarkin. It's so awesome to see his involvement in this, and what I'm really hoping for is, because this is a 16-episode season, are we going to see some early Death Star construction with Tarkin overseeing it, and whatever role he's playing in this? I love that we got Kanan Jarrus, Caleb Doom, and it really plays into his character in Rebels, because remember, he does not like clones, and well, he has a very good reason, and we knew that in Rebels. That was pretty obvious, but we got to see it played out. One element that I really like seeing is now that Order 66 has been declared, and the clones are now much more robotic. They've lost it. We even heard in the comments from our channel last week that the comments you guys have left, you observed, and everybody's observing, these clones they've lost their personality, they've lost their individuality. They're basically like droids now. They're like clone battle droids. They're just there to follow orders. And the Bad Batch at this point is the antithesis of that, because they are very unique and they have a very special skill set, and they're whether you call them defective, enhanced, and both, and whatever. I love that we're seeing the clones, and you know this is moving towards stormtroopers. That stormtroopers are going to be somewhere along this process. I don't know if we'll see it in the show. I think it'd be kind of cool if we did, but we're moving towards the ending of the clones and the beginning of actual recruits and stormtroopers. Very cool stuff. Another very intriguing thing for me is the character of Crosshair. Crosshair is, man, he's full-on Imperial now, and he's following orders because his chip has been intensified. Are we seeing the early parts of maybe Death Trooper, Stormtrooper, whatever it is? We're seeing him full-on Imperial, and he's going to be hunting down the Bad Batch and Omega, and he has become a very intriguing character. I think he's going to make a very good villain, in which we need. The show has to have a villain. It's not going to be Darth Vader, and it's not going to be specifically Tarkin. It's going to be Crosshair trying to hunt them down, with the higher-ups guiding and directing and pushing him to make that happen. All right, let's talk about Omega. I was not sure about this character in the trailers leading up to the show. Wasn't too positive or about my feeling about Omega. I just wasn't sure. I really like her. I think she's a great character. I think she has some depth to her and some mystery to her, and we wonder who she is and what's her role. She's obviously very special. I said last week it seemed like maybe she had force sensitivity. It very well just could be, as we again in the comments. Thank you, everybody, for the comments last week. You guys said, many pointed out, it's very possible that she has each of those Bad Batch, that she has each of their special skill set, and that we're seeing that play out, and that's very possible. I am leaning more towards, I'm not saying she's a Palpatine clone, it's not that. I think she's a clone of Jango, having as Jurassic Park would teach us, denied the Y chromosome, and she's female, but she's a Jango clone. But I think that there's more to it, and it's an experimentation either from Palpatine to try to figure out how to make a clone force sensitive, which we know he needs to do for his contingency. And we know he wants to cheat death. We know that he wants to live on forever. We know he wants to stay in power forever. And he's very much into cloning. He's always been into cloning. So it's a very real possibility that Palpatine is behind it. The other possibility is the Kaminoans are they're seeing what's going on with the Empire. Maybe maybe they made her as kind of a counter to the Empire to have their own tool against the Empire. All speculation. But the bottom line is she's special. She's a very intriguing character, and I'm excited now to see where she's very likable, and I'm excited to see where her story arc goes. 16 episodes. Where is it gonna go? I like her connection to the Bad Batch, especially Hunter. If you notice that last episode, she was mimicking Hunter, but she's mimicking them. She wants to be part of them. She is part of them. That's what we learned. There's 5 enhanced, not 4. The 5, and we know the 5th is an Echo, like we said last week. It's got to be her. And what an intriguing character. I'm very excited to see where it goes with her. And then the last thing leading up into this episode, they're going to J19. And then in our post-episode conversation last week, we were trying to say, well, who would they go see? Are they going to go see another clone? And we started thinking maybe it was Cut. And since then, I have watched the Season 2 episode with him, Cut LaQuaine, and it's on Seleucami is the planet. I don't know if J19 is ever really referenced. I think somebody in the comments said that it was, but I don't know for sure if J19 has been attributed to Seleucami. But the speculation is that they're going to find Cut for whatever reason. And maybe just to hide out or just to get away to lay low, whatever it is. And the speculation here is that they're going to go see Cut LaQuaine or somebody else to hide out and lay low and try to figure out what they're going to do. At some point, Rex is going to show up. I'm thinking Gregor and Wolf at some point will also show up. And in that light, man, I really hope Ahsoka shows up. That's me. I'm a Star Wars fan. I like the connectivity. I want Darth Vader. I want Palpatine. Throw Ahsoka in there. Mention that they're trying to figure out what happened to Anakin. Do all of this. I think all of that is awesome. And I love the fact that the show is going to be able to take its time. I think we're going to get some Mission of the Week stuff with a little bit of story in there, much in how The Mandalorian is. I love that stuff. I cannot wait for it. And the presentation of the show, the animation, the writing, and the music, all of it. I think it's beautiful. I love the show. I love Star Wars, and I cannot wait to see this episode. All right, getting into just a few comments from last week. Just a few mentions. Hello Hat 890, thank you for your poetic comment. I really liked it. If you guys had not seen it, go back to last week's episode. Read that comment. I loved it. Rugged Warrior says, as I was watching The Bad Batch, it got me thinking how I want an animated Indiana Jones series. Yeah, I think that'd be all right. I think that'd be pretty cool. They get a reply in there, and then Harrison Ford can do the voice, and hey, kid. I really like this one. Another one from Hello Hat 890. I will read this one. It says, notice how when they returned to Camino, the Bad Batch removed their helmets to portray their humanity. Crosshair kept his helmet on, though. Haven't double-checked to see if he... Yeah, I think he did. I think I noticed he left it on at least a little bit longer than the other ones. Very, very good observation. Graydon Chaffee says, the Bad Batch is going to be a great series. I concur, sir. Yes. And in that light, Jason Spaulding says, Crosshair is going to be a great bad guy. Yes, I like a good bad guy. I do. It makes a show so much better when you have a good antagonist. And I think Crosshair is going to be that one. Yes. All right, last comment I'll read. I love a good Star Wars reference, even if we're watching Star Wars. I still love the reference. Star Wars Fever points out that in the show, and the timestamp he put on there is 2533. The quote, I think from... I think he's referencing the quote from Omega, who said she was lucky when shooting the blaster, which clearly she was not. But you got to go a little further with that and actually use a Star Wars reference. And that's what Star Wars Fever said. In my experience, there is no such thing as luck. Great line from old Ben in A New Hope. Yes, great Star Wars reference in a Star Wars show. It doesn't get any better than that. Again, thank you to everybody for all of your comments last week. Really enjoy reading them. Appreciate the interaction that we get to have. So for this week, again, leave some comments. Love to read through them. We'll read a few of them again next week. Hey, if you're new, please subscribe. Help the channel grow. Our next goal is 10,000, so help us get there. And, of course, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy our reaction. Share, hit notifications. You know all the stuff that you got to do. We are right now going to check out The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 2. The title is Cut and Run. Cut. I'm telling you, that's where we're going. Cut LaQuaine. Let's check it out. Kids will be here right now.
We are coming up on Seleucami.
Seleucami.
Oh, yeah.
Cut.
That's right.
Or the name of the episode's Cut and Run.
Da.
Look, she's all...
What's with her?
She's never been off planet.
Mm-hmm.
Off Camino.
And yes, the actress is Keely, New Zealand.
That would be dirt.
It's amazing.
Dirt's amazing. Solid Snake. That's who that is. Hunter is Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. He always reminded me of somebody. Now I know who it is.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's a
who that
video.
is.
It's a video game.
No idea who that is.
He's been doing
Oh my
it
gosh.
years.
Yeah.
Trust a deserter.
That's Solid Snake from a video game. It looks just like Hunter. It's
He
awesome.
does.
Yep.
What are we looking at?
A booby trap.
Single tripwire. That's cute. Easy, Wrecker. Was that me?
Yeah. Yeah, it was you.
More clones. of
I told you there was a
lost
pink
boys.
something.
Sue. I watched the season 2 episode.
Oh, yeah.
Where's
Yeah, I remember him.
Crosshair?
I remember him now.
Yeah, Crosshair's
Rex told us about the clone
Rex!
turning against the Jedi. We talked to Rex.
He just said Rex. Yeah.
Ali passed through yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah?
He was going on about some behavioral implant.
Nice.
Oh.
He must
yep.
mean the inhibitor chip.
Wow.
He said
She's
the
like,
Rex was
yeah,
programmed,
the
but she never
inhibitor
mentioned
chips.
the chip. How else did you think it worked?
Hey, Jack! Remember me?
So I wonder when the Bad Batch. I mean, obviously, not part of any story we've been told, but
Yeah.
obviously they know each other.
We never see kids around here.
She's like, I've never even seen a kid before.
Right.
Well, she's probably seen little clones.
Yeah. They just
But,
grow up.
like-
They grow up faster.
Available for
You're not
play.
outside playing in the dirt. I mean, it's like totally Clone Wars.
I know.
What's with the girl? She's a defective clone. Like we are. Not exactly. What do you mean? The Kaminoans don't create without a purpose. She's just a kid. Battling droids was easy compared to raising a child. You have no idea what you're in for.
True.
Oof.
You don't know. True.
Oof.
You don't know. You will.
We can take you where you need to go.
He didn't have. He
Nah,
doesn't have an
You're
inhibitor
wanted
chip.
men. It's too risky.
Well, that's a good point. I was thinking about that. But how would he even receive the command? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's been there to command him to do anything.
Nope.
So I'm wondering if we'll get to a point where maybe I don't know. That's weird. Good. That's a good point.
Interesting.
All ships. We're tagging them inside that impound lot.
So Empire's doing it. They're marking the ships.
This feels like a really weird mix between the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Well, you're moving into that time frame with the
Yeah.
Empire.
I know.
I love that.
I know. I do
That's
too.
the key to not being found. You want to know how to disappear? Put being a soldier behind you and make a new life for yourself.
Those credits won't do you any good without a chain code.
Chain code.
Oof.
That's like the Mandalorian. It's chain
Yeah. It is.
Your chain code.
code. So this is where like the Empire starts
Imperial credits. Thanks to the generosity
registering
of the
everybody.
new, war is over.
That really feels like Rebels with the
The propaganda and the yeah.
and the setting.
It's not just ships. They're registering people too.
That's the Empire.
Yep. No good.
Okay.
I'll get it.
That was the worst throw ever. Like I can even throw better than that.
You want to see what's on the outside of the fence? No, I'll just throw it out there and go get it.
Oh, sneaky.
I mean, you see how good
Come inside.
she was with a
We
blaster.
have to finish packing.
Yeah.
She did that on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Duh.
What are those things called?
That's Mo.
That is oh my gosh. I think that's the creature that they fought in Attack of the Clones in
Yeah,
the
with-
arena.
With Padme?
Yep.
Yeah, what are those called?
I forgot.
That's the one that scratched her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah, it is. Look at it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, kid.
He knows how to raise
all right?
kids.
Nexu.
Children will always find ways of getting into trouble, Hunter. It's what they do.
Is what they do.
And you're right. She's not a soldier.
Really?
Just give her
Wait.
some time.
Did it really take you that long to figure it out?
When you leave Seleucami, I want to make it a go with you.
Oh man, it's kind of like right out of the Mandalorian. Here, I'm gonna leave Baby Yoda here.
Yep,
It's what she needs.
that is true. No.
She ain't gonna go with.
No. She's too important.
Clones now control the spaceport. There we can tap into their network and replicate the codes.
It's amazing how quick
Then
the
what?
Empire's like.
I know, they're
Flexing
just
her
like,
muscle.
boom. Well, I mean, when you've got Palpatine in charge and you've got all those clones.
This is Outer Rim stuff, so it's not even like they're.
That's true.
You know.
You did what?
I told them to come take our ship. We don't need it.
Is an Omega on the ship, though?
Yeah.
Getting our ship impounded is not my idea of a solution.
We'll meet you at the spaceport with the chain codes. I have this under control.
I like how Tech is just like.
This is how it is. This is how it's getting done.
Yep, there she is.
I think it's a good plan, Tick.
Tick.
Tick?
I like Omega.
I do too.
Yeah, I think she's a good character.
Yeah.
I was a little worried before.
Yeah,
this
I was
season.
like, oh no, she's gonna be annoying. I actually really like her.
Oh,
What kind of ship
putting
is
the
this
boot on.
anyway? Looks like a modified Omicron class attack shuttle.
Stormtroopers. It's totally like stormtroopers.
Yeah, they've literally turned into stormtroopers. They're wearing white armor.
I know, and
They got
having
no
really
no
dumb,
personality.
dumb conversations.
Right.
Gosh,
What
Wrecker.
is your status?
Who brought Wrecker?
Well, he's got to go.
I know, but like,
In progress.
the music is so Clone Wars like.
Yeah, the whole show is like Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. It does have a little Rebels feel to it as well,
Yeah, it does.
just because of the Empire presence.
Mm-hmm. And kind of the small town.
Yeah.
Dirty and.
Oh, she's gonna take him.
We can't get caught with these chain codes.
We can't get caught at all. What are you talking about? If we get tied up in a blaster fight, they're gonna lock down the whole port. And where's Omega?
Oops.
Found her.
What is she doing?
Tech found her.
I know. You're like, oh, there she is.
The chain codes are en route. With Omega.
By herself? You let her go by herself?
Now he's all worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't let her go.
I'm on it.
She
What?
ran off.
Oh
What is
boy,
Wrecker
there goes
doing?
Wrecker.
What is Wrecker gonna? No, he's like the worst one to go. He's so loud.
Hey, who are you? You don't belong here.
Stormtrooper.
It's totally like
Are you
stormtroopers.
kidding?
Maintenance
It's
tech.
awesome.
I've got a situation to face.
Like,
They've literally turned into stormtroopers.
I know, and they're not even stormtroopers.
No,
They're in agreement.
They're not.
right. That's.
Just.
Oops.
Ew.
Oh, oh that's horrible.
That's joy to lose.
Well, he needed to be
That's true.
being obnoxious.
Sounds like me. Oh, Wrecker actually didn't blow something up. I mean,
Right.
smash something,
Well,
but
give him time.
oh no.
Where you going? Right here. Oh, right. Must be in this house.
He's just like, okay, hit smash. Are they gonna miss?
The chain codes. Yeah, Omega. Tick accidentally made 5
Because I can't even have any
Five.
idea what that means.
He said accidentally.
What?
You're going with Omega. That's what's going on.
You have to go, Omega. It's for your own good.
No, that's sad.
Man, you're already starting to feel attached. Second episode
Me?
in. No, I mean all of us.
Oh.
Like, I was saying in
I
general.
know. They could be looking for her, and that could be like a target.
Right. No, they're definitely going to be looking for her.
They're gonna target that family,
Right. Yeah, probably putting them in more danger by having her go with.
and then they can't.
She's not going with.
No.
You know she's not going
No.
with. Look at Hunter doing his thing.
They're missing.
Of course they are. That's
They're
so
literally
hilarious.
missing. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Glad you could make it.
It's like that.
It's like the chip is
The
having.
chip made him dumb or something.
You're right.
Like,
Get tight. Move.
Move.
Wait, Omega's not back. Wrecker. She's not.
Ah, see.
oh.
She ain't going.
No.
Now she come back. Uh-oh. The hard part is, these clones, they're shooting their brothers.
I know.
You look like...
Need reinforcements at the impound dock.
Oh. Oh, a gonk droid. Is he like lifting weights?
Yeah, he's doing curls with the conch droid. Gonk.
That's awesome.
Right.
This is where I want to be.
Tell you the truth, kid. I guess I've got a lot to learn too. If this is where you want to be, then this is where you'll stay.
Man, didn't see that coming. What a big shock. No, I'm just kidding. That was... You knew she wasn't going to go there. Created by Dave Filoni.
That was a good episode.
I'll tell you what I really like about that episode.
Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni!
Yeah, of course,
That's
Dave
what I
Filoni.
like about that episode.
No, it just had such a Clone Wars feel to
It did!
Hey, great episode. Really enjoyed how it got back to a very Clone Wars. I mean, the first one did as well, but it was that first one was very cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
The premiere. This one was like had a very classic Clone Wars kind of feel to it.
I really
A little
enjoyed
bit of Rebels mixed in with it as well, I think.
But then also it's like a totally different show, so
Yeah.
it had like its own feel too.
The Hunter and now the Hunter and Omega dynamic, I think is. Do you think there's kind of like does it remind you a little bit of like Mandalorian and Grogu a little bit?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
I like
I don't blame Lucasfilm for going back to that bag because it certainly works in The Mandalorian, and I think it's going to work in this as well.
Yeah.
It's helping us connect with Hunter, I think.
Definitely.
And seeing he's not... The contrast is you have these robotic now clones who we used to cheer for in the Clone Wars. Now suddenly they've become the enemy. And they're very robotic, and they have no personality, no
Dumb.
individualism.
They're so dumb.
And while they're not stormtroopers, they certainly are. It's like, wow, it's pretty crazy to see that aspect. But the contrast now is Hunter, who has all this personality, all the Bad Batch, the personality.
I know.
But he's going to care for this little girl, and the big question still is, who is she? What is she about? What are her enhancements? Does she have any force sensitivity? Is it just that you guys didn't hear me at the beginning? I said that some of the comments that people have been saying is that she seems to exhibit. You pointed out last week how she's copying the clones.
Is she an empath?
Well,
What? Because
yeah,
when she touched Crosshair or whatever, she was like, and when she was close to him, she's like, I feel what you're feeling.
I don't think that's necessarily something we've seen
Yeah.
in Star Wars. That the closest thing we would get to that would be the Force. But I think that, or what people have commented is that she seems to have all the attributes of the Bad Batch.
That's true.
Their special skill set. Remember when she picked up the blaster? She was very accurate, like Crosshair.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's connecting with Hunter, and so people are wondering if she maybe has all of the Bad Batch abilities.
Yeah.
That she was enhanced in that way,
That would be
or
true, yeah.
she's force sensitive on purpose as an experiment.
Oh yeah.
Rex was mentioned in the episode.
Oh yeah. Rex.
I wonder what he's going to be like. You know what I mean? Is he going to be? He's not going to be like Clone Wars Rex.
No, he's probably gonna be serious. He's not gonna be very trusting, probably.
Maybe closer to he won't be old fisherman Rex like Rebels. But really excited to see. Maybe wonder if they're gonna, now that they've heard Rex's name. And that's the other thing about the stories. Like they went to find Cut, but then they ended up just helping Cut.
Yeah, why did they find Cut?
Well, they were gonna go there, I think, to hide out and to see if he could.
Right.
I think is what their purpose was.
Yeah, I didn't.
But the episode kind of twisted to where they ended up helping Cut get off the planet.
That's true.
But now that they've heard Rex's name and they know Rex can be trusted, and they know Rex, so they're gonna go look for Rex.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
And I wonder if we're gonna see Ahsoka.
Oh yes.
Can we get to see some Ahsoka? So the other thing I really like about this Bad Batch is that it's because it's gonna be 16 episodes. We can have slower storytelling, character building, world building.
Yeah, I love that.
Which is going to establish all this stuff in the early Empire. The only thing I don't want, and I saw a little bit of it here, is I don't want it to suddenly just be like all Empire, like it's full-blown Empire.
Yeah, like I want to see like.
I want to see them build up to that, you know. And I know they are. They did this. The chain code thing was cool to see.
But I want to kind of see like the struggles of like them building up the Empire and like not just suddenly full-blown Empire, just like
right.
Just.
But
Figure out how
the
to
fact that they have all these clones in place, it makes it pretty easy for them
that's
to do.
True. It makes
so,
it's probably easy for the Emperor to just say, "Hey, this is how it's going to be done.
Right.
Here are some people in charge.
Right.
Let's get it done."
But and I think the point is like we saw the Empire and the oppression of the Empire in Solo. We saw it in Rebels, and obviously a little bit in the original trilogy. So we know that is there. But I want to see like the early stuff of that. The early establishment. We saw a little bit of that, like I said, with the chain codes, registering of ships, and
I feel like they kind of have to start out strong, or else they would get smashed.
Yeah.
They would get like.
No, you got to flex muscle. Yeah, you're right.
They have to kind of start. They have to like be like that right from the start, or else people are going to try to fight back. And so the more fear you instill in people,
that's what they want to do, and that makes me wonder if we'll get to see any Death Star construction stuff. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Tarkin's, behind that whole thing, and I don't know, maybe a episode Krennic could show up. I mean, who knows? What I like about this is it's the Bad Batch, but we're seeing all of this through their eyes. So we're getting the stuff we like as Star Wars fans, and they're using the Bad Batch to do that. And
I love it.
I think it's pretty cool. So lots of stuff to talk about here, but we've thoroughly enjoyed. I think we've thoroughly enjoyed the first two. Episodes. I think the show's off to a very good start. Has lots of potential.
Dave Filoni has never disappointed.
No,
he should direct a movie.
It's gonna happen someday. Anyway, let us know what you think. What your theories are. What do you guys want to see in this series? Let us. What do you want to see happen? Are there any characters you want to see? What did I just say?
You want to turn into a girl?
Oh my god! What did I just say?
Are there any characters that you want to turn into a girl?
As you get older, you can't keep up with the kids. Your words get twisted. And you just can't. You just can't. I don't even know what I was trying. What characters do you want to see? Who would you like to see show up in this in this show?
You're gonna say, who do you want to sell?
Unbelievable.
Who do you want to share?
What kind of storylines? I think I know what I was thinking. Like, man, I want to see Hondo. I like.
Oh my gosh.
My friends. We got to see Hondo. He's got to show up.
He's so dumb though.
Yeah.
He's a great character.
I'm Hondo.
That's not what he sounds
That's
like.
not what he sounds like.
I'm Hondo.
He goes,
My friends.
I'm Hondo.
My friends. So, yeah, what characters would you like to see show up in 16 episodes? And I think there's going to be multiple seasons. So, man, lots of potential ahead of us with the show. I love it. And, hey, Loki has been moved to Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah.
Because Bad Batch is going to continue to air on Friday, so I think they wanted to separate it. So, to make it a little more challenging for us. So, when Loki comes out, we'll definitely be giving that full attention, but we'll continue to do reactions to the Bad Batch.
Yep.
And however that works out for us schedule-wise, but we will got lots going on. Very busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, we really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your theories. Let us know your theories in the comments. Who do you want to see? All that fun stuff. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed our reaction. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we will see you next time. Why is that thing's like going around in circles?
Wait.
Oh, found you.
Oh, Dave.
It's mine forever.
All right, after a
The
whole
weird
bunch of
thing is, whenever you watch it, there's not gonna be no white thing.
right.
We're just gonna be like,
Yeah. You guys are trying to get the tracker on your face, and when you watch the video, there it is. Now it's on my face. You just stole it from me.